So this is our second numerical on damped free vibrations. A vibrating system is defined by the following parameters. Mass is 3 kg. Stiffness of spring is 100 Newton per meter. The value of viscous damping coefficient is 3 Newton second per meter. Find damping factor. So first of all, we have to find the value of damping factor. Damping factor will be epsilon. It is same damping ratio. It is also known as damping ratio. So we know that epsilon will be equal to C by Cc. So epsilon will be equal to C by Cc. Since the value of C is given in the numerical, but the value of Cc, first of all, we have to calculate the value of Cc. So we know that the formula for Cc is 2 into under root Km. Cc is equal to 2 into under root Km. The value of stiffness of spring is given. Its value is 100 into mass. The value of mass is 3 kg. So its value will be 2 into under root of 300. Its value will be 34.64. 34.64. So the value of Cc is 34.64. So the value of Cc is 34.64. So the damping ratio will be C by Cc. The value of C is 3 Newton second per meter, and the value of Cc is 34.64 Newton second per meter. Hence we can find the value of damping ratio. The damping ratio is 0.086. 0.086. It's a unitless quantity, as the units of C and Cc are same. So it's a unitless quantity. So the value of damping ratio is 0.086. 0.086. So first of all, we have to calculate the value of damping factor or damping ratio. Its value is 0.086. Then we have to calculate natural frequency of damped vibrations. Natural frequency of damped vibrations. As we know that the formula for omega d is equal to omega into under root of 1 minus epsilon square. The damped natural frequency is given by omega d is equal to omega into under root of 1 minus epsilon square. So first of all, we have to calculate the value of omega. We know that omega is equal to under root k upon m. So this will be equal to the value of k is 100 and the value of mass is 3. So in this way, we can calculate the value of omega. Then omega d will be omega d is equal to omega under root of 100 by 3 into under root of 1 minus epsilon square. The value of epsilon is 0.086 square. The value of omega is under root of 100 by 3 into under root of 1 minus epsilon square. 1 minus 0.086 square. So the value of omega d will be 5.75 radian per second. 5.75 radian per second. So omega d will be 5.75 radian per second. So this is our second answer, natural frequency of damped vibration. The third one is logarithmic decrement. We know that logarithmic decrement is denoted by delta. Delta will be equal to 2 pi epsilon over under root of 1 minus epsilon square. So this will be equal to 2 into pi. The value of pi is 3.14 into epsilon. The value of damping ratio is 0.086 divided by 1 minus epsilon square. 1 minus 0.086 whole square. So this is the value of delta. On after solving, the value of delta is 0.542. 0.542. We know that delta is equal to 2 pi epsilon over under root of 1 minus epsilon square. So its value will be 0.542. The next step is we have to find the ratio of two successive amplitudes. The next step is we have to find the ratio of two successive amplitudes. We know that logarithmic decrement is given by natural delta is equal to natural logarithmic of x1 by x2. It is the natural logarithmic of ratio of two successive amplitude. So we have to find the value of ratio of two successive amplitude. So we have to find the value of x1 by x2. So the value of x1 by x2 will be equal to e raised to power delta. As we know that delta is equal to log of x1 by x2. So x1 by x2, this will be equal to e raised to power delta. So this will be equal to e raised to power delta. The value of delta is 0.542. So e raised to power 0.542. This will be equal to 1.72. This will be equal to 1.72. So the ratio of two successive amplitudes will be equal to 1.72. The last part is the number of cycles after which the original amplitude is reduced to 20%. So last point is number of cycles after which the original amplitude is reduced to 20%. We know that logarithmic decrement is equal to 1 by n into log of x1 upon xn. We know that logarithmic decrement is given by 1 by n log of x1 by xn. Okay, so the value of delta is given. N is the number of cycles. We have to calculate the value of n, and we have to find the value of log of x1 by x1. Since number of cycles after which the original amplitude is reduced to 20%. Okay, we have to calculate the number of cycles after which the original amplitude is reduced to 20%. Let original amplitude will be x. Okay, number of cycles after which the original amplitude is reduced to 20%. Okay, it must be reduced to 20%. So its value will be equal to xn will be equal to 0.2. It will be 20 by 100 of x. So the value of xn is 0.2 into x. So simply put all the values and find the value of delta. So its value will be, the value of delta is 0.542. As we have already calculated the value of delta, its value is 0.542. This will be equal to 1 by n. We have to calculate the value of n. Log of x1. The value of x1 is x. And the value of xn is 0.2 into x. So it will be x and x will be cancelled. 1 by 0.2, it will be equal to 5. So we can calculate the value of n. The value of n is 2.96. So the value of n is 2.96. The torsional pendulum with a disk of moment of inertia I is equal to 0.05 kg meter square immersed in a viscous fluid is shown in the figure. During vibrations of pendulum, the observed amplitudes on same side of natural axis for successive cycles are found to decay 50% of its initial value. 50% of its initial value. Find number 1, logarithmic decrement. So the first of all, the value of I is given in the numerical. Its value is 0.05 kg meter square. Okay. The value of I is 0.05 kg meter square. Okay. First of all, we have to find the value of logarithmic decrement. So delta is equal to log of x1 upon the observed amplitudes on same side of the neutral axis for successive amplitude are found to decay 50% of its initial value. So let the value of x1 will be x. Let the first amplitude will be equal to x. So second amplitude will be 50% of initial value. 50 by 100 into x. Sorry, 50 by 100 into x. Or this will be equal to 0.5 into x. So the value of delta is log of x upon 0.5 into x. The value of delta is 0.693. The value of logarithmic decrement is 0.693. Secondly, we have to find the value of damping torque per unit velocity. Damping torque per unit velocity. As we know that F is equal to C into X dash. Viscous force is given by C into X dash. Since this is a case of a rotational system, so F will be replaced by torque. So torque will be equal to C into X dash. So the value of C will be T by X dash. So damping torque per unit velocity. Damping torque per unit velocity. It means we have to find the value of viscous damping coefficient. We have to find the value of viscous damping coefficient. Okay, as we know that damping ratio will be equal to C by Cc. If we can find the value of damping ratio as well as Cc, then we can calculate the value of C. So we know that damping ratio will be equal to delta is equal to 2 pi epsilon over root of 1 minus epsilon square. Since the value of delta is 0.693. 0.693, this will be equal to 2 into 3.14 into epsilon over root of 1 minus epsilon square. Hence we can calculate the value of epsilon. The value of epsilon or damping ratio is 0.109. 0.109. So the value of damping ratio is 0.109. Next, we have to calculate the value of Cc. We know that Cc is equal to 2 into under Km. We know that Cc is equal to 2 into under Km. Since this is a case of rotational system, so this formula will be equal to 2 into Kt. Kt stands for torsional stiffness. And mass will be replaced by mass moment of inertia. So the formula of Cc will be equal to 2 into Kt into I. The value of I is given in the numerical. Its value is 0.05 kg meter square. So we have to find the value of torsional stiffness. Okay. We know that from torsion equation, the torsion equation is given by T by J is equal to G theta by L. We know that according to torsion equation, T by J is equal to G theta by L. And torsional stiffness Kt, it will be equal to T by theta. T by theta will be equal to Kt. Or we can write it as Kt will be equal to Gj by L. The value of torsional stiffness will be equal to G into J divided by L, where G is the modulus of rigidity, J is the polar moment of inertia, and L is the length. The value of modulus of rigidity is 4.5 into 10 raised to the power 10. The diameter is 0.10 and the length is 0.5 meter. So this data is given in the numerical. The value of G is 4.5 into 10 raised to the power 10. Into J, the value of J is pi d4 by 32. Pi by 32 into d raised to the power 4. The value of diameter is 0.10. 0.1 raised to the power 4. Divided by length. The value of length is 0.5. So in this way, we can calculate the value of KT. So the value of torsional stiffness is the value of torsional stiffness is 8.83 into 10 raised to the power 5. 8.83 into 10 raised to the power 5. So the value of torsional stiffness is 8.83 into 10 raised to the power 5. So the value of delta is 0.693, damping ratio is 0.109, and KT is 8.83 into 10 raised to the power 5. So we know that damping ratio, this will be equal to C by CC. The value of damping ratio is 0.109. So this will be equal to C by CC. The formula for CC will be 2 into under root of KT into I. So 0.109, this will be equal to C divided by 2 into under root of KT. 8.83 into 10 raised to the power 5. And the value of moment of inertia is 0.05. So in this way, we can calculate the value of C, viscous damping coefficient. Its value will be 45.809. 45.809. The units will be Newton second per meter. Sorry, Newton meter per radian. Okay. So this is the value of damping torque per unit velocity. The third step is we have to find the value of periodic time of oscillation. The next step is we have to find the value of periodic time of vibration. We know that the formula for time period is T is equal to 2 pi by omega. We know that time period will be equal to 2 pi by omega. But the value of damping ratio is less than 1. So this is a case of under damped system. So here the value will be omega d. Okay. So time period will be equal to 2 pi. The value formula for omega d will be omega into under root of 1 minus epsilon square. And the formula for omega will be under root kt upon I. So its value will be under root kt. The value is 8.83 into 10 raised to the power 5 divided by 0.05. So this is the value of omega. Put the value of omega and epsilon. We can calculate the value of time period. Simply put all the values, and the value of time period will be 1.5 into 10 raised to the power minus 3. 1.5 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 seconds. 1.5 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 seconds. Okay. Frequency when the disc is removed from the fluid. Okay. When the disc is removed from the fluid. Okay. Presently we are using a damper. When the fluid will be removed, there will be no damper. Then we know that frequency will be omega. Omega will be equal to under root of kt by I. So this will be fourth part. So omega will be equal to under root of kt by I, 8.83 into 10 raised to the power 5 divided by 0.05. The value will be 4202.67. 4202.67. The units are radian per second. And if we have to find the value of frequency, it will be omega by 2 pi. So it will be 4202.67 divided by 2 into 3.14. The value will be 669.2. The units will be hertz. The units of frequency will be hertz and the units of natural frequency will be radian per second.